What's good, everybody? It's Brian B. Bassin, and today we're back with another video. Today's video is going to be a follow-up video for my last video, which was pond fishing essentials. That video basically covered fishing tackle, fishing rods, baits, lures, all that type of stuff that you're going to actually be using while you're fishing. Well, this video is going to be covering the type of gear that you want to take with you and use while you're fishing. So that includes clothing you want to wear, that includes storage, little handheld devices that will help you fish and make stuff easier. All that type of stuff is going to be covered in this video, and this is definitely going to be a shorter video compared to the last video, mainly because you don't want to be carrying around a lot of gear when you're on fishing. People don't want to worry about having to grab everything outside of the actual stuff they're going to be fishing with. So especially if you're bank fishing, you don't want to be carrying around a lot of stuff because you're not going to have anything to carry it with. It's going to make you tired. It's going to make you not want to fish as much. So we basically going to cover a lot of the simple stuff, a lot of the basics that you're going to need. We will dive into some stuff that you can bring with you if you have a boat or if you're doing tournament type of fishing. And yeah, let's get into this video. So firstly, I want to cover some of the handheld things that you can take with you and that you need if you're a fisherman and when you're going fishing. So the most important thing I think you need is some type of like pliers, something, because if you catch a fish with some treble hooks and stuff, you're going to need some pliers at some point. Or if you gut hook a fish, you may need pliers to get the hook out. I have these little simple pliers right here. I really like these. I think these are like $2 or $3 right here at some local fishing shop. I use these all the time. These aren't specifically designed for fishing, but it really just needs some basic pliers. I have these like multi-purpose ones right here which fold out. These are a little bit more compact. You can stuff in a tackle box and stuff. They have a little knife and saw on it, all types of stuff like that. And I had this for like almost 10 years now. And then you need some type of sharp object, some type of knife, something like this for cutting line. Some scissors would do. I always keep a pair of scissors on me. Always keep a knife on me. And you always gonna need those two things when you're fishing, especially if you fishing with braid. You cannot bite through braid. Well, you can if it's a like smaller test braid, but that's just gonna mess up your teeth. So I always keep me a knife on me. I also like this little tool right here, which is a Berkeley line stripper. Right here, it's like a multi-purpose tool, which basically I'm gonna show y'all how it works real quick. So basically, you take your reel or something. If you want to get the line off real fast, this tool will help with that. You take your line, you press your reel in, take one end of the line right here. All right, so how this works is you take that line, you tag in your line right there, put it through here, and it unspools your reel real fast and easy. I also like this because I don't know if y'all can see, but it has this little stone like spindle thing right here at the end. That's gonna be used for sharpening your hooks, and I really like using it for just straight up cutting line. So you can take this, put that stone on that line. Let me see here. Hit that button, and it just saws it right in half. So I really like this right here. This is about $17 at Walmart. This little Berkeley line stripper. You don't really have to get this, but I really like it. I found it really useful, especially when trying to remove line and re-spool real fast. It really helps. So those are some of the little handheld things right there that you want to take with you. Another thing you want to take with you is some sort of scale. See, this is a real small scale right here. I think this is rated 28 pounds. And this scale right here is a little one that you will hook a fish by the gill plate with. I don't really like these scales right here because I feel like they hurt the fish a lot, especially when they thrash around. So I typically get the ones with the clamp on the end that you just hook on their lip. But always keep your scale on you, especially if you're tournament fishing and you need the cold fish. You definitely want to scale then. But if you're just shooting regular fishing content for YouTube or Instagram, or you just want to know if you caught your personal best, it's always best to have a scale on you. I recommend getting a cheap one, then getting a real nice one, a digital one, because you always gonna end up forgetting one scale. It always seems like that. So I always keep the cheap one in whatever car I'm driving, just in case I need it. And then I got the nice one that I hopefully remember to bring out, and that's gonna give me a lot more accurate reading on all the fish I'm trying to catch. The next important thing that you want to bring with you when fishing is a net. I got this little foldable net right here that I really like. It extends and all that stuff right here. just like that, real fast and simple. And then you could push it up and close it back up. This net was somewhere between like $20 and $30. This little bill net right here, hey, I really like this. It fits in my trunk. It's not real heavy. Like I said, it folds up. You can put this in a backpack or something. That way you don't got to do it. Don't got to carry it. It has this little clamp in the end. You could clamp it to a backpack. I always like to keep a net on me, especially when I'm going after big bass, because you don't want to lose a fish trying to like boat flipping and stuff. And this net always comes in handy. The only downside of this net is like this little mesh right here. Sometimes it gets caught in treble hook when I catch a fish with treble hook baits, but so far it's done really well. And yeah, I mean, I have no issues with this net. It does not float. I have dropped it in a pond before, and luckily I was able to get it. But it does not float. This net does not float. I will say that. That's another downside to it. But a good little cheap net, handheld net that you can bring with you. It's a must you have when you're going fishing. So next, I want to get into clothing that you want to bring. Especially, this is very important for bank fishermen, people who like to fish around ponds. The number one thing when going to a pond and you're bank fishing is to bring you some boots. Especially between spring and the end of summer, you need to have some boots if you're going bank fishing. Especially if you're like me, who like to go in the back of these like back farm ponds and high grass ponds and stuff like that, ponds that haven't been really fished a lot or maintained. You really need you some boots because of snakes. I'm here in North Carolina. The main snake we worry about when we going fishing is water moccasins. Black snakes, you're not really worried about them. At least the part of North Carolina I'm in does not have rattlesnakes. Up in the mountains they do, so they might have to worry about that type of snake. But down here it's basically just water moccasins, cottonmouths, whatever you consider them. They the same thing if I'm not mistaken. But you want to have you some boots. These are some good steel toe boots right here by Tingley. I've had these about 5 years now. Luckily, never had to really put them to use. Like, I never had a snake bite me, but I do feel more comfortable when I'm going in the back of those old ponds and near fields and stuff, having some boots like this. Now, if I'm going to a pond that I know is routinely cut or the grass isn't real high, I'll wear some Crocs, but I don't recommend y'all wear Crocs, but just some low cut boots like this will work fine in those situations like that. All right, next part of clothing that you gotta have is a good old hat, a good old fisherman hat. It really don't matter. Well, I wouldn't say it don't matter what style of hat it is, because you do want something with a brim on it, but a snapback, a trucker's hat, don't really matter. Just a little hat to keep the sun off your head and stuff like that. And over time, you gonna learn this. A fisherman is very attached to his hats. I wear the same hats when I go fishing. I have like three, 4 hats in rotation that I constantly wear when I go fishing. Even if it's not real sunny outside, I'll wear a hat. And it definitely helps if you're having like a bad hair day or something, to have a little hat on or something like that. Next, you're gonna want to have some shades. Some shades are good when it's really sunny outside. You want to protect your eyes, and you want to be able to see down into the water and really help you see fish that are close and shallow. Me personally, I can't wear shades while I'm fishing. They just don't work well for me because I wear glasses, and then if I have to take off these glasses, I can't see. So it doesn't matter if I put the shades on or not. I'm not gonna be able to see with them. So I personally have to get some polarized prescription shades and stuff. But for people with good eyesight, I recommend getting some shades and stuff so you can see down to the water on sunny days. And these will really help you catch more fish shallow. Now this next item, you don't really wear it, but it's something that you want to have with you when you go fishing, which is something to carry water in, something that's going to keep the water cold all day. This right here is a little Stanley cup that I recently got, and it holds the water cold for a very, very long time. I can leave it in the car, and it's 90 something degrees outside. I'm gonna come back. The ice gonna be a little bit melted, but that water is still gonna be very, very cold. And you need some type of water on those hot days, especially during the summer. During June, July, August, those are some of the dog days of summer where it gets really hot. And I had some of those days this year when I had to take a break from filming and stuff and just grab me some water out of this, and like, this really comes through. You don't want to go out there, and you want to enjoy your fishing day. You want to enjoy your fishing trip. You don't want to be passing out and stuff. and cramping up because you haven't had enough water and stuff on the day. So a little Stanley cup, a little mug, just some frozen water bottles, anything like that, just that's going to stay cold most of the day and that you can drink. Hey, pick that up and bring that with you. All right, so now we're getting into like the little last part of this video, which is, well, it's not actually the last part, but the second to last part of this video, which is, I think this is, I don't want to say the most important part, but the second most important part, which is going to be storage. You need something to store your baits in. With storage, there's so many different types of storage out there. There's so many different hacks to have storage. So a storage hack that I really like is buying these big old boxes of freezer bags and using them for like loose baits. And if a bag or something bursts or something, I can just stick them baits in here and they're gonna be just fine and not gonna be spilling all over the place and all that stuff. And this is a cheap way to just basically just get a little storage and store little soft plastics and stuff. When it comes to actual tackle boxes and storage and stuff like that, I love just getting these little tackle boxes right here, which have those removable tabs so you can adjust the size of the slots and stuff that you're gonna be using for baits. So this one right here, I have a bunch of chatter baits and spinner baits and stuff in. This one right here is only crankbaits. I also have these small ones right here that I can just put little crankbaits in like that. These are very important when you building up like a little kit or something. So you have an idea of what you want to be fishing with that day. You don't want to take all these big totes right here, all these big tackle boxes right here. You can just get you a little one, put a few baits in there. Have one for only terminal tackle. This one got other spinner baits and stuff in it. Just these make it way easier to fit in your tackle bag and stuff. And the crazy thing about these is these are for actual tools and drill bits and stuff like that. I got these at Harbor Freight, which is another hack when going fishing. You don't gotta actually get fishing brand stuff to store baits in. A lot of actual like hardware and tool places carry things that will also work when you're going fishing. So I was at Harbor Freight one day. I saw this little like tool kit, storage kit. I was like, I have no plans to use that for tools or anything. When I saw that, it was at a great price. I was like, I could put a bunch of fishing stuff in that. So that's where I got all these little boxes from. Just a little cheap tool kit from Harbor Freight. That's one of the things you're gonna learn when you're fishing is you want to learn whenever you see stuff, you're gonna be like, oh, I can use that for fishing. I can use that for fishing. I can use that for fishing. Especially if it's cheaper. You're always gonna be looking for a deal when you're going fishing. So check out Harbor Freight for your storage. They have a lot of cheap boxes like this. I believe one of these boxes, if not this one, I think, was also I found at Harbor Freight. So just go to Harbor Freight, go to like Ace Hardwood or anywhere, any tool place, and just look for cheap storage places and cheap storage boxes. Now on a larger scale, like I said, Harbor Freight is a great place to look. Ollie's is another great place to look, not only for fishing baits, because they do have a cheap fishing bait section that you can find a lot of discounted baits and stuff at. But in terms of gear, I got this little tub right here from Ollie's, and I think it was like $7, and I could fit about 6 or 7 tackle boxes in this thing right here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I can fit like 6 or 7 tackle boxes flat like this in here. Or I could fit about probably like 4 or 5 going vertically like this in this box. So this is a great thing you want to have with you if you're boat fishing. Or me personally, I just like keeping this in my trunk because it keeps all these boxes and stuff right here from sliding all over the place and stuff. And I have all my baits in just one little box that I can always carry with me. Now for your daily fishing trips or stops and stuff, you want you some sort of fishing bag. I really like these fishing bags. I always keep 2 or 3 with me. I keep one empty. And the reason I keep that one empty is because, like I said earlier, you might have some days where you just going out there fishing using a specific technique, or you want to use a specific types of baits like crankbaits. So I'm just gonna keep one empty, and whatever specific technique I'm fishing that day is, I'm gonna fill it up with only those types of baits and stuff, and only those types of boxes. So if I'm going crankbait fishing, I'm gonna take that empty bag, And I'm gonna put nothing but crankbait related stuff in it. Now, then, like I said, I like keeping 2 or 3. So the other ones, I like just fill them up with anything. So they're gonna have all your essentials. They're gonna have hooks. They're gonna have just a different array of baits and stuff in them. But always get you a couple tackle bags. You don't always gotta get all this stuff right away at once. A lot of this stuff I like accumulated over years and stuff of fishing. So if you just starting out, just get one. Just get one. You don't have to rush it. It's just storage and stuff. It's not that serious. Like, you can just get an old backpack if you really want to and just stuff it with baits. You don't really need to go spend a lot of money on storage. But yep, just get your little old backpack. One quick tip, one funny tip is always remember to not put this on top of your car and drive off. I done lost a whole tackle bag full of like new baits and stuff before because I left it on top of the car, drove off. A couple minutes down the road, I realized, oh man, that was on top of the car. I drive back through, it's gone. I don't know if somebody stopped and picked it up and saw that it fell off or what, but I cannot find that bag to save my life. So always remember to not just leave this sitting on top of your car, put it back in your car or truck, and yeah, just get you a tackle bag. You're always gonna need one of these, especially with these straps on it that you can carry in your chest, especially if you're a bank fisherman. So lastly, I want to talk about some gear that isn't essential to most bank fishermen and stuff like that, but will be essential if you're a tournament fisherman. So if you got you a little boat, a little bass boat, john boat, whatever, and you like doing little nightly tournaments, weekend tournaments, stuff like that, you're gonna need some essentials like a measuring board right here that I got from Walmart. Not too crazy expensive. Aluminum. You're gonna need if you're doing like a 5-fish limit or something, you're gonna need you a weigh bag right here. I picked these up from, I think I got these off of Amazon or somewhere, maybe Tackle Warehouse. I got 2 of these. These are plenty big enough, these right here. So you only need like 2 bags of these. These little weigh bags that you fill up with water and take to the scale. And then you're gonna need you something for your live well to keep the fish alive. I recommend getting this G-Juice, which basically just helps with the ammonia in the water from when the fish pee and stuff. It helps keep them alive a little bit longer and helps you avoid penalties for dead fish and stuff like that. They have the big one right here. I haven't really used this one yet. And then they have these small ones that they sell. You can pick these. I don't know if they sell these at Walmart, but I do know they sell this at Drug Co. So if you have a local Drug Co, you can definitely buy these, or you can buy them online. Like I said, those are just little bonus items that I would say if you're into tournament fishing, or if you got your little small boat and like to keep the fish alive for like a photo at the end or whatever, at the end of your day or whatever. Just get you some of these items right here, and they're gonna help you. So that's it for this video. I talked a little bit fast. Hopefully y'all got all that, understood it. Like I said in my other video, I'm in my shed. At some point we're gonna upgrade and try to deck out the inside of my house in one of the rooms so we can have a little fishing room. That way you don't have to hear all that background noise and stuff. But I hope y'all really like this video. Like I said, short, simple, nothing crazy about it. Just some little basic fishing gear and stuff that you can take with you and get. And yeah, so I want y'all to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video. The next video is gonna be some sort of either fishing vlog or fishing challenge that I hope y'all gonna like. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Like I said, it's Brian B. Bassin. Go to the Instagram, like, follow up there. Comment down below some other videos that y'all might want to see. What type of videos? We do have I do have a little john boat, little small boat that I do want to get out of the water and do more actual in-boat fishing videos. That's going to allow me to go to some more different ponds than y'all have seen in the other videos and probably help me catch some bigger fish. But yeah, hit that subscribe button. Hey, stay tuned for the next video. Peace out.